to bring you joy. To be the God that you are. Relax in that knowing. For a moment.
Aren't we the lucky ones, given this time to walk through our lives together? We've held the winning hand right down the line, and our chances have never been better. Sometimes we forget what a gift this has been. We just gotta wait to take it all in. Aren't we the lucky ones? 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 We walk around with our heart on our sleeve, Aren't we the lucky ones? Aren't we the lucky ones? Aren't we the lucky ones? How many times have we turned ourselves down when good news and luck have come calling? Just can't believe love could turn us around without a cool hand to keep us from falling. When will we learn to give fortune a chance? Turn up the music when love wants to dance. Aren't we the lucky ones? 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 Aren't we the lucky ones?
Good job, fellas. That was great. That was great. Another hand for the band, please. I really don't even feel like I need to say anything else today. The music is so good. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment, please. So one way that kind of messed with me when I first started coming to Unity was thinking about, it's kind of a pun, thinking about God as divine mind. I'd never heard anybody talk about that before. God is divine mind, and we are all ideas held in the mind of God. That's something to take into your prayer time. God is infinite mind, infinite wisdom. I am an idea in the mind of God, and so how am I expressing that idea? You know, we have a teaching about the golden key. How many knows about the golden key? I'm going to turn the golden key on this situation. I'm going to turn it over to God. Whenever I start fretting or worrying about something, I'm going to turn the golden key and think about God instead. Because we know that whatever we think about predominantly is what we experience in this physical realm. So I don't want to think about things that I don't want to experience. So I'm going to use my golden key, my power of choice, to change my thinking and think about God instead. Well, how do I think about God? So think about God, one way that I can think about God is ideas like love, light, wisdom. So we say at the beginning of our service every Sunday that God is, what do we say? We say God is life, light, love, and the ground of all being, right? So the ground of all being. God is the ground of all being. It's like a safety net. The ground of all being is like a grid on which everything is laid. A divine pattern. This might be one way you can think about God's will. There's a pattern to the universe that everything is laid on. There's a divine pattern within you that your life is laid upon. It's the ground of all being that everything emanates from. So my friend Kawika, who's an artist that lives in Kansas City, she was studying to be a Unity minister, and she was in a car wreck and had a brain injury, and she was in a coma for a few weeks. And so she lived. They didn't expect her to live, but when she came back to herself, when she came back to this world, she reported being in another realm. And that while she was in that realm, the only way that she could think of to describe it in, words was math and bliss. Math and bliss. Think about it. Our friends in the Centers for Spiritual Living talk about God as law and love, math and bliss. In Unity, we talk about a power and a presence, math and bliss. So the math, the divine pattern, the grid on which everything is laid, divine principles that we can use in our lives. So the principles, the ideas that are coming forth from within us, what are they? How are we using them? How are we expressing them? Are we cooperating with them? Are we getting in the way of them? So angels in the Bible represent messengers or divine ideas. And traditionally, when we think about an angel bringing us a message, it's like flying in from the cloud out there, bringing us this message. But what if those divine ideas are actually coming forth from that divine pattern that is within us, is coming from us, up from the ground of all being? So we have this surface level of personality, of thoughts, of feelings, of ego, and underneath that is the ground of all being, which everything arises from. And it's filtered through our thoughts and feelings, our emotions, our ideas out into the world. So a lot of times when we think about gratitude, we think about, I thought about my son this morning who came to visit me for a week, and he did all this work around the house, and he did it joyfully. He did it eagerly. He worked all day long from the time he got up till the time he went to bed, 2 days in a row. And I was so grateful. I was so happy. It just felt so good. Like, yeah, I might have done a couple things right along the way. I don't know. Maybe this is all God, right? And so that made me feel really good, like gratitude, a lot of appreciation. But that's the surface level. That's still in the personality level. So what is the divine idea underneath that that I'm experiencing as it's being expressed in the outer world through my interaction with my son? Does that make sense? Like, what is the idea that's wanting, that's desiring to be expressed? It's like I don't have to go in there and pull it out of me. I just have to get out of the way of how I'm blocking its expression into the world. So that surface level activity is like a trigger that's activating the idea within me. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations that we can experience as humans, as spiritual beings having a human experience. Gratitude and appreciation. Jesus said before he prayed, he gave thanks first. So get into that vibration of gratitude and appreciation. And I have found in my life that the more I stay in this realm of gratitude and appreciation, the more abundance I experience. The more peace I experience, the more joy I experience. And so those words, peace, joy, abundance, love, those are the divine ideas that want to be expressed. So I want to do a little exercise with you this morning. If you will, let's turn within once more. Miss Evelyn has got us all set up with her beautiful meditation. We've heard some wonderful music this morning. We've been blessed with prayer. So it's easy to breathe back into our heart again and just turn within to that divine pattern that is within us. So as you breathe, I invite you to breathe really deeply down into your diaphragm. It's a little balloon. Think of it as a balloon that sits right under your lungs and above your stomach. And it expands, if you let it, when you take a deep, full breath. So just breathe those deep, full breaths into the diaphragm, and then as you let the air out, just release, let go. Feel your body relax. And notice on the exhalation, there's a little bit of a pause right at the end of the out-breath. You can stop there for a minute and allow your body to naturally take the next breath. So there's a little bit of a space between breathing out all the way and then taking the next breath. Just notice that space. Notice the beating of your heart. I have my hand on my diaphragm so I can feel my heart beating against my hand. As I notice it, I feel it working in my chest. And no matter how fast your heart is beating, just see if you can notice a space between the beats of your heart. Your heart might be beating very slowly right now because we're all relaxed. We're safe, warm. I invite you to move your attention to your thoughts and see what's going on. Are you thinking? I'm guessing that maybe your thoughts might be slowed down a little bit. Or perhaps there's no thought at all. Pay attention and see if you notice a space between the thoughts. Or a space around each thought. And as we focus on this space, let's entertain the idea that the thoughts are arising from and going back to this spaciousness, this space. And so as we focus on this space, we're not attached to the thought. We don't follow it. Just notice spaciousness. And now from this place of awareness, I invite you to consciously think about something that helps you feel grateful. We are intentionally choosing to focus on a thought that feels good. Maybe it's a thought about a person or an animal that you love, an experience that you had recently in which you felt great appreciation, gratitude. And as you focus on these gratitude-generating thoughts, notice, where do you feel gratitude? What does that feel like? What is the experience of being in appreciation? Is gratitude a feeling that's in the body somewhere? Is it an emotion? Is it something that's beyond the thought that we're holding? And as we focus on the experience of gratitude and appreciation, is there a word or an idea that underlies this experience? So I was thinking about my family this week and what a nice time we all had together, how grateful I was that we got to stay in a beautiful house together. And the word joy came up for me. So I'm just curious to know, I'm going to ask Keith if he will bring the mic around. And John, if you can turn it up enough so a person can just hold it like this. and they don't have to hold it up to their mouth. Thank you, Keith. So, does anybody want to share anything that came up for them in that experience? What was it like for you? How did you experience gratitude? What was there a word or a feeling or a thought or something that came up for you really strongly during that? I'd just like to give people the opportunity to share. So if you want to share, just stand up. Keith will bring you the mic so that the folks on the internet can hear what you're saying too, and we can all share in your experience. So anybody that wants to share anything that came to them that you realized during meditation, just stand up, and Keith will bring the mic around. Great. And tell us your name, too.
Hello, I'm Terry, and I had a very peaceful childhood experience in a beautiful meadow in an old country farm that I lived on. And it was very pleasant. It smelled good, and it felt good. Thank you.
It smelled good. Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
I could feel all my senses.
So you had a full sensory experience.
It looked good, and it felt good.
Awesome.
And it smelled good.
It looked good, it felt good, it smelled good. Yeah. Thank you. Who else?
Hi, I'm Ginny. This week I talked to my brother who lives in California, and I hardly ever get to talk to him or be around him the way we did when we were kids. And I just was really loving it. And it makes me more aware that I could make that happen. I could hop on a plane or, and go out there and be with him. And that's, I forget about that. All the things that I could do if I just did them.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Who else?
Hey everybody, I'm Cherry. So my sisters and I, we go to the Grand Canyon, and we're standing out there, and it's beautiful and it's spiritual. So I close my eyes just for a second, and my sister gets too close to the end, and I'm yelling, "Don't go over there, you're gonna fall in that." And she just looks at me and says, "Rayon, I'm 40 something years old. I know I'm not gonna fall into the Grand Canyon." But it was just, I was standing there, and that's what came to mind for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a spiritual experience. It was beautiful.
Thank you, Cherry.
Well, good morning. I'm Betty.
Good morning.
And one question to everybody. How many of you say the Lord's Prayer and it's said and done? And do you remember what you've said? Well, I'm to blame for that, for me. But then someone said one day, you need to just concentrate on what the words are. And so I chose, "Thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven." And I thought about it, and that thought went into a meditation. When it came through, and I came back to the reality of my living room, it was, I am responsible for doing the will of God. When I say, "Thy will be done," it's me. And that's the spiritual growth that represents my connection and realignment with the divine. And I thought, wow, what a responsibility. I am doing God's will. It's not an energy or a character outside of me, but it's in me. And I used to think, I remember arguing with a spiritual teacher once, is that, well, what you're saying is all about pleasing God. And that, it seems to be more to life than that. Well, that little argument came back to me also, and I thought, boy, I sure hope I wasn't rude. Because it's not about pleasing God. It really is about pleasing the self and the growth, the spiritual growth that you recognize in yourself. Anyway, I had a long sermon yesterday when after that, and I'm not going to take over the sermon for the day, but it was so refreshing to have a better understanding. And then I decided, well, okay, I'll just start concentrating on each. There are only 7 statements, except the last one. I don't know who added that one, the glory, power, and the glory, and so forth. But each one, I'm going to concentrate on each day to see what it is I'm really saying when I say the Lord's Prayer. So, thy will be done means I'm committing to doing God's will. So are you.
Thank you.
Well,
Who are you?
oh, I'm Rev Ev, Boom Boom. I got deeper, I'll use that term, deeper. I come to unity because this is where the peace is for me. This is where my peace is. It's very difficult for me to explain it, and that's why I don't really know how to explain to people why they should come to unity. I don't know how to explain it to them, because for me, it's a peace, but it's my peace, and it may not be their peace, but it's mine. And when we go into meditation, I go deeper. I love going deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's where the only word that comes is freedom. See, I get free. I'm free. I'm free from any limitations. I'm free from fear. I'm free from worry. I'm free from the world. Me, and God are one. I'm one with God. And that's very difficult to explain to anybody, because when I come out of it, I don't know what happened. You know, I really don't know what happened. But I try to have that as many times a day that I can. As many times a day. So I thank you, Reverend Dale, for giving it to me just now. And I went there again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Keith. So can we have a hand for everybody who was brave enough to share? So what are some of the divine ideas that we heard while people were speaking? Peace, freedom, what else? Family, responsibility, action, understanding, will. So this is how God wants to express as us, as divine ideas. So when we meditate, when we do our spiritual practice, when we do our journaling, when we do our walks in nature, whatever it is for you, that helps us get the stuff out of the way so those ideas can be expressed as us in the world. And doesn't it feel good when we all come together and focus on it as a group? Yes? I'm feeling really good right now. I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of vibrating a little bit. And that gratitude vibration goes out into the world, and it draws back to us good stuff. Joy, peace, abundance, all those things. So I talked not too long ago about we're like, the peace pole is like an antenna. And so we're all little antennas sending out goodness, hopefully, into the world. And then we receive that back. And so that's the law. That's the math. That's the principle that we're talking about. The law of vibration, the law of correspondence, whatever you want to call it. But it's like whatever you sow, you reap. Whatever you give out, you get back. So I invite you to join me this week. This is a perfect opportunity to do it. We're about to experience thanks, giving. So can we, as we're moving through the holiday and all the fun and the busyness, get below the surface and see what's there for us and see what wants to be expressed. Can we consciously move through this week focused on gratitude and being the idea that wants to be expressed as us, and see how that feels? You know, because it's easy as we go through Thanksgiving, and then guess what's next? Christmas. And what do we have to do at Christmas? Spend money, right? Do extra stuff. It's real easy to get caught up in all of that and lose that experience of gratitude. So help me, move with me. Let's do this together. Let's focus on staying up here in the high consciousness demonstrated by our way shower, Jesus Christ, and dive below the surface. Even if we get in situations that aren't triggering our gratitude as much as we like, can we still see if there's an idea under that wants to be expressed? So let's go into prayer one more time and just give thanks for being together in this moment right now. What a wonderful thing it is to live and work and be in a community that is based on spiritual principle, to be part of a group of people that are dedicated to practicing the truth that was taught to us by all the great saints and sages of all the ages. So as we move from this place today, we do with a higher sense of gratitude, with a higher sense of appreciation, with a greater understanding of what we're here to do and be. And so we declare it, we affirm it, we allow it, and so it is. Amen. Amen.
When you can't find the light that got you through a cloudy day, when the stars ain't shining bright and you feel like you lost your way, when those candle lights of home burn so very far away, well, you gotta let your soul shine like my daddy used to say. He used to say, soul shine. Thinking before dawn. He used to say, soul shine, it's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, and it's sure enough better than rain. Now don't mind, we all get that way sometimes. Gotta let your soul shine, shine to the break of day. Sometimes a man can feel this emptiness, like a woman robbed him of his very soul. But a woman too, God knows she can feel like this. And when your world seems so cold, you gotta let your spirit take control. He used to say, soul shine, it's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, and it's sure enough better than rain. Hey, people now don't mind, we all get that way sometimes. Gotta let your soul shine, shine to the break of day. You gotta let your soul shine, shine to the break of day. You gotta let your soul shine, shine to the break of day.
Georgia Consider, y'all. Give it up. We have 5
Basic principles that we teach and practice. We like to review them every Sunday, so if you would, please affirm them with me now. Our first principle, there is only one power, one presence in our lives and in the universe. Our second principle, we are the Christ of God in expression. Look at someone and say, you are the Christ of God in expression. I am, together, I am the Christ of God in expression. And now we are the Christ of God in expression. Our third principle is called the law of mind action. What is it? Thought plus feeling equals outcome. Think about this. Math plus bliss equals experience. Ah, okay. So number 4, there is power in affirmative prayer in meditation. And number 5, we must live the truth that we know. So I'm going to invite our love offering angels to take their post, holding the space with us for unlimited abundance. If you feel that you are blessed by being part of Unity Savannah and you would like to give back financially, this is your opportunity. So if you brought a gift to tithe, the love offering, I invite you to prepare that now as our angels take their places. If you're watching at home, you can go to our website, unitysavannah.org, and click on the donate button. There are envelopes in the backs of the chairs in front of you, tithe envelopes. They have a little QR code on them. How many knows how to use a QR code? I'm just curious if rolling out the high-tech stuff is working or not. So you just take your phone's camera, and with mine, you just put it on there, and it opens up a link, and it'll take you to our donation page on our website. But we also have an iPad in the back if you want to use a credit card. If you don't know how to use it, somebody will help you. Am I leaving anything out, Ruth? Oh, Ruth is our bookkeeper. We love Ruth. She has a great prosperity consciousness. We're glad she's in place. Can we have a hand for Ruth? And if you would like to set up a regular monthly donation that's automatically debited from whatever account you choose, see Ruth and she'll help you do that. Or you can email finance@unitysavannah.org. So let's take just a deep breath once again. Feel the presence in this room and know that this is what our co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, called the one invisible substance. So another way of thinking about God is the one invisible substance from which all things are made, of which money is just a symbol.
I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now. I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now. Right here, right now, right here, right now.
Dear Heavenly Mother, Father God, we thank you, we bless you, and we appreciate you. We know and know that we know that as these love offerings come in to our sanctuary, that it will go out into the community, into the universe. Bless everything and return to us 1,000-fold. And because we know that, we are thankful.
And as we express our gratefulness, let us say together our offertory blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I am grateful.
Thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here. Open up your heart. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here. Open up your heart. If you're here for the very first time, we'd like to honor and bless you. If you're here for the second or third time and you would enjoy a blessing, we ask you to stand up and let us recognize you. Anybody here for the first time, second time, third time? All right, we're all family. Look at somebody and say, you are welcome here just the way you are. Open up your heart. Let's try this, y'all. I'm going to say it and then say it after me. You are welcome just the way you are. You are wanted here. So open up your heart. One more time.
You are welcome.
You are welcome.
Just the way you are. You are wanted here. Open up your heart. Let's all stand now and join in our closing song. Let there be peace on earth.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With earth as our mother, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So it is.